Hey everyone, this is the Wealth Building Educator, back again with another video that I hope brings some kind of value to your life. I was recently at an Aspiring Superintendents Academy down in Austin, and I must say that it was a phenomenal conference, phenomenal academy. I learned so much. I learned a lot of information on how to, first of all, become a superintendent, but not only on how to become a superintendent, but how to become successful once I do get into that role. I believe that no matter the role you are in education, you play a vital role, whether it's a paraprofessional, a bus driver, a lunch man, a lunch lady, a custodian, principal, teacher, whatever you are, you're vital to the success of the organization in which you serve. So I felt refreshed and rejuvenated after I went to the conference. I will say that one of the best sessions was when we had a former superintendent talk about the financial aspect. Nobody gets into the superintendency expecting not to be paid what they are worth. And it is vital that regardless of your role in education, if you are a paraprofessional or a superintendent, you have to be a good steward of your money. You have to be able to properly allocate your budget. And one superintendent that I spoke of, he basically mentioned how he was drowning in debt and he was making $300,000 a year. People automatically think because you go to that next tier with your salary that you're automatically going to be successful, and that's just not the case. So as he sat there and he told us his story about how he was just drowning $100,000 in credit card debt, making $300,000 a year, it just made me realize that, hey, just like these professional athletes who might make $5 million a year, $20 million a year, what is important is not necessarily how much you make, but how much you are able to not spend and how much you are able to put away. So regardless of where you are on the education scale, as far as your salary is concerned, that isn't necessarily what's important. What is important is how much you are able to budget, how much you're able to save, how much you're able to stay out of debt. So I just don't want people to have the false sense of security that you continue to get these promotions, and as you get these promotions, you are just automatically guaranteeing yourself and your family financial security. No, the most financially secure thing that you can do is to make sure that you are prepared for these particular promotions and the salary raises that come with them. Because if you're spending stupidly at $50,000 a year, when you begin to make $75,000 or $100,000 a year, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to, spend and be out of control. That's why a lot of people talk about how you cannot out earn stupidity. I was one that spent like there was no tomorrow in the past, and I put my family through some unnecessary changes because of it. And what I make now, we are able to save between 40 and 50%, because as we have gotten raises over the years and as we've gotten promotions over the years, we have continued to scale back our lifestyle instead of, adding to our lifestyle. And instead of taking our raises and spending our raises, we were able to continue to live on what we were previously making and investing the raises and doing productive things with the raises. So, hey, I'm not going to be tone deaf. I'll never practice a tone deaf message and tell somebody that $10 an hour, $15, $20 an hour is going to lead them to a millionaire status in a few months or a few years or anything like that. I'm a realist, and I will always bring a message that I think is real. I can't stand when people have tone deaf messages. I totally understand and totally believe that, if we, regardless of how much we make, the only way we can become financially successful and prosperous is if we are good stewards of our money, if we're able to invest and save as much as we possibly can and avoid getting into the debt trap, because that truly will hinder your success when it comes to financial independence in the long run. So regardless of what you make, just try to stay out of debt, try to live well below your means. if you're in a situation where you are really struggling to make ends meet and you've already gone through the budgeting and done those kind of things, maybe at that point in time, you would seek out a second job, just part-time, just to kind of get out of whatever situation you're in the meantime. But I just don't want people to think that, you know, you could spend your way out of or out earn stupidity or anything like that. And, you know, that's not to be offensive or anything, because I was somebody who had to eventually settle down on my ways and buckle down and lead my family out of a hole that I feel I was responsible for. But I just wanted to bring up that situation that, you know, if you're struggling as a paraprofessional or a teacher, that there are superintendents out there who make whatever they make, $200,000, $300,000 a year, and that doesn't automatically guarantee that they're going to be financially responsible with their money. Some of them are struggling as well, but they have a lot of money. They have a large shovel that they can get their way out of debt, you know, get out of debt with. So this particular superintendent obviously was able to do that, but it took him finally waking up and realizing that he wasn't being a good steward of his money. You know, I think a lot of time we think, oh, if I make this particular amount of money, I'll be okay. Or if I make this particular amount of money, I'll be okay. And that could be true if we're already responsible with our money. But if we're not responsible with our money, then that's not going to change a thing. So if you get a $20,000 per year raise in your current position, or if you make an extra $500 a month, but then you go out and you get a car payment that's $750 a month, and you previously did not have a car payment, now your raise has actually become detrimental to you because of your decision to go into debt. So just be smart, whatever position you're in, and continue to grind your way out of debt, continue to invest for the future, and continue to try to live on well below what you actually bring home per month. Hey, if you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you. Please continue to support the channel. We will continue to try to bring relevant information to you, information that's going to help improve your life. And tomorrow, February 28th at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 Central Standard Time, we have the legendary J.L. Collins, who will be live and answering questions that you, the viewers, have. Once again, I appreciate you all. Please share this content. If you have not already liked and subscribed to the channel, please do so. Thank you very much. Have a phenomenal day.